Hello everybody, welcome back to the island. Welcome to the historic Key West Harbor. And it's time for our 2 on Tuesday streams. We are back. And so first stream is going to be the sunset, which is not going to be an easy one because we had the rainiest day we had in forever. So it's been raining all day. And I think this is kind of the first blue sky that I've seen. Yesterday was overcast quite a bit as well. But just in time for sunset, the sky is opening. So, hey there, pigeon. So just in time for sunset, we're going to be headed over to Mallory Square with a little detour from another spot that I wanted to show you. And I know some of you have been asking about it. Which is the, we're talking about the best spots to watch the sunset here in Key West. And this time of the year, as you know, and as you will see later on, if we still have a sunset by then, unless the clouds come back, you will see that the sun is setting behind Sunset Key. So you will see that on Mallory Square in just a little bit. So some of the other alternatives, if you are coming to Key West this time of the year, don't worry, you can still go to Mallory Square and enjoy the artists performing. The performers are all there. Well, some of them leave this time of the year just because of that, Mallory Square is a little bit less busy, so it's also nice if you don't feel really comfortable in crowds. But we do have alternative places for the sunset. So it has to be on this side of the island, obviously, since the sun is setting on the northeast side right now. And so one of the places is, as you could just see, we're actually continuing the harbor walk here. And one of the nice spots right here would be the Galleon. At the Galleon Resort there is the Tiki Bar. That is, everybody can access the Tiki Bar. It is in the resort, but it's not, doesn't belong to the resort, if you know what I mean. And so first of all, this is a nice laid-back stroll with not a lot of people. And this time of the year, you should be able to see the sunset right between Sunset Key and Wisteria Island. And on a side note, another nice spot to watch the sunset this time of the year, of course, is the Truman Waterfront. So if you haven't, join us on a Friday night when we do the Backstreet Bike Ride, because normally we end up at the Truman Waterfront because it's accessible by bike. And then you can check out the view from there. And of course, then we also have tiny little Simonton Beach. But Simonton Beach only has a very small pier, so it's really difficult to get a good seat or a good spot to watch the sunset. But it is really nice with the Lagerhead Bar. So you can see this area here, so the Tiki Bar is a little bit further down that way. So you can see you have Wisteria Island there. The sun would be setting just to the left of it. But of course we're not at the Tiki Bar just yet. So if you want to see the sun touch the ocean, this is one of the spots that I recommend. Again, it's a little tucked away in a resort. And you can sit at that Tiki Bar, watch these Tiki Bars go by. And they do have live music here around sunset time. So if you don't want to stand in the crowd on Mallory Square, or you have a couple of benches at the Truman Waterfront, but if you want to sit down and enjoy a cocktail while watching the sunset, I do recommend this spot here. in mind we only roughly have 3 more weeks of the sun moving that way before she moves back that way. So your alternative options when the sun is setting behind Sunset Key. One of them here at the Tiki Bar inside the Galleon Resort. So there are 2 ways to access this bar. One is the way that we took the long way by the water. Now there is a shorter one, but depending on who is sitting at the security gate, they're not gonna let you walk through here because that's part of the resort. You're fine leaving this way, but they don't want people to walk in here. Over here you have the resort pool. Over here we have the reception area. And you can see it's water everywhere. You'll see later at the Frog. I kind of had to put my equipment on the stage for now because I couldn't put it on the floor because it's very wet everywhere. If you're just joining, we had a lot of rain all day. Things are just clearing up, so pretty excited to see if we get a sunset over at Mallory Square. And we'll be back with a second stream later tonight from the Salty Frog around 8:30 until 9:30. So welcome if you're just joining us. And yes, we are a local Key West live streaming channel. And tonight we're exploring some of these sunset options. Of course, we're headed over to the world famous Mallory Square sunset celebration right now. But we started off at the Tiki Bar, which is a nice alternative if you prefer to sit down, sip on a cocktail, listen to some live music, and watch the sunset over the water. Hey. So we're at the very end of Front Street. Just to situate things a little bit, so at the Galleon Resort you have the signage over here, the famous A&B Lobster sign. So to your right would be the the main harbor area, and so you cannot walk through the parking lot, so you can have to kind of like go the long way around by the water. It's a nice walk, so if you're looking for the Tiki Bar, that's how you get there. And we are headed down Front Street, lots of puddles everywhere as you can see. Actually, we might have time for a little stop at Simonton Beach, just for you to compare the view versus the Tiki Bar of the sunset. So Little Simonton Beach is, as the name says, at the end of Simonton Beach, Simonton Street, just 1 block off Duval Street. And I'll show you what I What I meant when I said they only have a pretty small pier to sit on and watch the sunset, because there's a building in the way to your left, so you kind of have to move out on the pier to have a good view of the sunset. Now this is the perfect spot if you would like to watch the sunset while laying in the water. Now that is another option, is you have the pier, but you could also be in the water. Maybe even sipping on a little cocktail, because there is a bar called Lagerhead's on the beach. So all these places are much easier to reach by bike or walking. I don't think you can park at the Galleon Resort if you're not staying there. There is a tiny little parking space over here, a little parking lot at the end of Simonton Beach. But it's just so much easier to hop on a bike or a trike. And Lagerhead's is closed given the weather today. It wasn't exactly a beach day. Definitely is rainy season. So over here you have little Simonton Beach. Normally you do have those chairs all over the beach. And here you have that little pier. And if you are on the pier, you can watch the sunset. Or you kind of have to sit on this side of the beach. So it should be quiet today, generally speaking, for the sunsets. I don't know if people really come out. We have blue sky now, but we haven't had it all day. So over here at the end of this pier is another really nice spot to watch the sunset, and right now that would put the sun right in the middle between Sunset Key and Wisteria Island. And you do have that little beach bar that is closed today because of the weather. So this would probably be a spot that I recommend if you're visiting with kids. As you can see, lots of kids. Because they can run around, play around, you can enjoy the sunset, you can grab a drink from the bar, and it's not as crowded as Mallory Square. So you can enjoy a beach sunset in Key West. Speaking about beach sunsets, another place would be Fort Zack Beach. You can look that up. We have streamed from there before around the for sunset. The sun would be setting on the side where there isn't a beach, but you can like stay on the beach for the day and then stay until the sun sets, and then you will have to leave. So Fort Zack is another option that is available pretty much all year round for the sunset. But of course Fort Zack isn't exactly in walking distance from the old town center here in Key West. Currently we are just one block off Duval Street. So this little beach is really easy to reach. what is going on the channel here. Do we have a spammer again? Yes, we had quite some of those yesterday. Oh, I see. They are... Let me see. Okay. Remove, and hide user on this channel. So here we go. Yeah, it's interesting. We had a lot of those bots yesterday as well. So still under construction here, Front Street, the never-ending construction story. But we are walking on a brand new sidewalk. So this is kind of one of the lowest areas of the island, which is why as soon as it rains, it's supposed to drain to the ocean, but when, especially around high tide, it can't fully drain because it's already so low. In case you're wondering why it's always wet here, but right now I think the whole island is kind of swamped a little bit. And we are on our way to Mallory Square. And sunset is in about 20-25 minutes. And to make our tour of sunset spots here in Old Town complete, let's access Mallory Square via the Sunset Pier.
Really hard to follow.
By the way, current temperature here on the island is 80 degrees and feels like 86. Of course, after all that rain, we do have a little bit of humidity going on, but not too much because we haven't had any sun, so it hasn't started evaporating yet. So we are at the very end of Duval Street this time. And over here we have the Sunset Pier, but you will see the Sunset Pier this time of the year already starts to kind of, maybe at the very end, you can see the sunset next to Sunset Key, but anything else after that, to our left, would make the sun move behind Sunset Key. So, but you still get the afterglow and the colors. So the Tiki Bar where we were earlier doesn't have food, so it's drinks only. And over here at the Sunset Pier, you do have food and drinks while watching the sunset. And here at the very end, you can see we're just about at the level of Sunset Key. Very, very end. So you barely get to see the sunset, but you probably would if you were standing here for the sunset. So here's Sunset Key. And Sunset Key actually connects to Mallory Square where we are headed now. You've all heard about the famous Mallory Square sunset celebration.
She's not coughing. She's fine. No.
Where it connects to Mallory Square. It ends with a little bar. We had the question a couple of weeks ago during a stream if you can buy alcohol on Mallory Square. And well, you can technically buy it just off Mallory Square. This would technically belong to Sunset Pier, little bar right here.
Actually, I'm from India. First time here? Yeah, first time.
Summer local, Chicago. Summer Lilandi.
So welcome to Mallory Square, everybody. I'm gonna let you enjoy the celebration. I'm gonna put here our extended stick so you can float above everybody. So enjoy the view, everybody, and I'll see you. I'll try to see you in the chat. It's always difficult carrying around everything. I'll make sure we're not getting spammed again.
directly after sunset. One more show directly after sunset. Right here on Broadway. Yeah, you are, yeah. Right, yeah. My time on the end of my
What's this, Gabby? What's this? You're going to find out who I really am. That's not a trick. In the game, watch this. What's the 3 o'clock? Find it. Gabby, you know where your card is, Gabby. Where is it, Gabby? I live in a van down by the river. This hip generation, I'm saying I'll get a face tattoo.
What about what's on the side? It's going to go out to find that cloud at the bottom.
Morning yesterday. Yeah, and
You might have seen yellow.
Where'd they go? Oh, here they are. Oh, yeah, you can't really see it on the island anyway.
Come here. Come on, everybody. I gotta turn the next one.
There you go, right?
All right. Yes, early this morning.
This includes you. Now the sun is kind of behind Sunset Key, but it hasn't set yet.
Oh my God! Mira. Mira. Ahí se quedó short.
Oh, she would always be like, it's a learning curve. She would always tell me it's a learning curve. So she was like, I can do all 24. I can do 27.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but we've got some really interesting clouds there. It kind of looks like a fog just below the clouds. They're not really cloud shaped. There's some really low formations here catching the sunlight. And official sunset time is in 1 minute.
Hey, this might be a stupid question. Is that an original? No. I wouldn't know. Is that right? I don't listen to stuff like that. Hey, appreciate the honesty. Unfortunately, I don't got any cash with me. Do you have a Venmo? You do? Yeah. What's a Venmo? Anything to that? Two L's?
That's a party cat.
We saw that at the
Doing great.
Okay, perfect. Chill it out.
Little ACDC, chill out.
Parking है, close by है, but if you can park in the center, then you can cover any side.
I'm not going to see it. I'm going to turn my back. Here we go. I turn my back. I won't turn my back for long because I'm in America. I remember how Lincoln got it. In the theatre. You got the card? Good stuff, Mira. She's doing a good job, isn't she? 3 people. Is Mira doing a good job? Right, here we go. Watch this trick. Ready? A mirror. Back here. I'm going to show you the rest of the car. Keep the face of the car.
So let's see. These are the ones that I made that were.
Hold on, let me take a picture.
Guys, the colors are incredible tonight. I could stay much longer, but we have a second stream coming up at 8:30. We'll make that 8:35. I have to switch around cameras and plug in some things into power. And we'll be back with a second stream in about 10-15 minutes. Right here on Right on the Rock, a little laid back live music from the Salty Frog just off Mallory Square. I'm gonna leave you with this beautiful Royal Ponciano tree and the afterglow colors. If you can't make it to the next stream, thanks for watching tonight. I hope to see you guys. Well, we'll actually be back tomorrow from Captain Tony's Saloon. Back at the Salty Frog on Thursday and Backstreet Bike Ride on Friday. Captain Tony's on Saturday and actually Schooner Wharf on Sunday. So slight change here. So more streams coming up. We're live pretty much every day of the week. If you like what you saw, if you enjoyed the sunset, please give us a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I hope to see you in just a little bit. 10 minutes, give me 10 minutes and we'll be at the Salty Frog for some live music. Stay safe everybody and hope to see you in a little bit.